Okay. Okay. All right. Hello. Okay. Okay. Everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay. Hello. It's old Lewis Schaffer here. Thank you for coming on Sunday. Hello. Schaffer here. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. But I'm not really bad mood. I have 2 cups of coffee. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Let's turn that off. Let's go here. Is that off? I think that's off. Okay, that's better. Full screen. Full screen. Thank you. Say hello to Lewis. This is a picture. I don't know when this was. When was this picture? This picture was probably 25 years ago. That's what I used to look like. That was my hair back then. Probably pretty similar to the way it is now. I hope to keep my hair forever. I hope to keep, because I want to be beautiful for you people. I want to be. Can you? Oh, the sound. There's no sound. I always forget to do this thing. I'm just, you know what it is? I'm not prepared. And maybe they'll come and knock on my door and say, you're a force for evil. Like, how can I be a force for evil? Whatever, if you turn the sound on this thing. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you. We've got the producer here. He's being nerdy. Thank you for pointing it out. He's being nerdy. He's listing, he's seeing how many countries he knows. That's the kind of thing his father would do, is to attest to how many countries. How many countries do you have so far? 130. 130. How many are there? 200 and 196. 196. We don't count any of those. We don't count Tuvalu or Fiji. Do we count those places? Yeah. Anyway, so thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. We might have a guest. Marshall Islands. We don't count those people. Lynn Carson is here. Keith Bexley is here. Alex is here. Warmala. All the people are here. Look at how many people we have. We've got so many people. Let me see how many we have here. We've got over 30 people watching this show. If you call it a show, it's not really a show. It's just you. It's you and me. Can you hear me now, everybody? We've got Claire C. and Girl from Mars. All the girls who are so beautiful. And I love you. You want to come and you want to do Lewis, you come, you let me know. I'll come and I'll do you. I will do you. Anyway, I shouldn't talk like this because my son hates it. Alan, yes, a guest. It's not really a guest. It's not really. Paul might come in. Judea and Samaria, do we count them as a country? We should, because that's the original part of Israel. Reuben is here. Anyway, so we've got Zingo is here, and Shanks, and Ian Higgs, and let's see, let's go back up. Claire C, beautiful Claire C, and just everybody is here. Everybody we got 30 people watching, which is very early in the show. So people are there. I don't know what you're doing. What you're doing by this. I don't like this. I got a wire here which isn't in the right place. I want to talk to you about John Bolton. How they've searched for John Bolton's papers in his house. That's what happens when you're at war. I was the first person to say we're at war. We're at war. They did this to Donald Trump, and now Donald Trump is doing it to John Bolton. And he's right about John Bolton. He's like I don't even want to say he's a warmonger. I don't know if he is, but I heard him say out of his own mouth at the Newcastle Conservative meeting that he would be upset if the Russians sued for peace. You remember I mentioned this before, because it means that his team, which is Team World, wouldn't be able to go after Russia. That's John Bolton. He's I don't want to call him a warmonger, but you could call him a warmonger. Other people have called him a warmonger. He's a warmonger. Sometimes you need war, but the Russians, I don't like the Russians, and we got to be careful about the Russians. But the Ukrainians, are they better at this? And did we provoke the Russians? Could we have avoided it? Yeah, we could have avoided it. I'm sorry. I'm not. Anyway, so Lorna's here. Good to see you, Lorna. And Alex is here. So we've got Jedster. Jedster is here. And Marianne is here. All the lovely girls. They're all lovely. They're all lovely. And that's what makes this a cult. It is a cult. It's not really a cult because it's just theory. Maltese Phil, Shanks. They're all in here. And we've got a lot of people, which is really, really good. We've been averaging about 300 to 400 people watching each episode. It's monetized, though I'm afraid of the monetization because I have to promise that I'm not going to say anything hateful. But Joodles is here. She's coming in with the whatchamacallit news. The game, the Manchester United game. I support Manchester United a little bit. I'm not as anti them as a lot of people are. They dumped my laundry bag out and brought out a sniffer dog into the house. Most of my papers are unpublished poems. Is that what they did when they searched your house? Did they search your house? They might do that to me. Anyway, so we could discuss football. What happened in football today? I don't know. Did my team win? This is how much I'm not really a big supporter of. I am a supporter of Crystal Palace, but Palace is 2 draws so far. Draw against Forest, Nottingham Forest, and Ismail Sarr scored a goal. And Callum Hudson-Odoi scored a goal in 57. And there was no score. This was in Selhurst Park. I said Selhurst Park. People don't call me anymore. I'm not on GB News. I'm ex-GB News. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Maybe if I made a phone call, said, you're going to have me on GB News. Then maybe they would put me on GB News. But they haven't done that yet. I went out and about picking up rubbish because I'm a great guy, and look what I found. I don't know if you can see this thing. I found my producer is against me using it. It's a tripod. It's made out of wood. It's missing a piece. But I could use it. Meanwhile, the camera is up on top of my computer screen, which my son, the producer. Was this yours or was it Carnegie's? I think it was Carnegie's, and he wasn't using it, so we absconded it from Carnegie. But it's quite a good machine. How many more years does it have left to go? I don't know. So that's this news. And it's Sunday. It's nice. This is the 75th day of our show. Thank you, Claire. I don't know why. I just noticed I just like touching my face. I'm not normally a face toucher. If you want to have good skin, do not touch your face. That's the most important thing. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Because your hands create irritation. Irritation creates inflammation. Inflammation creates disease like cancer or pimples. That's all you got to remember. Irritation creates inflammation, creates disease. Okay. Was it that? Did that go that far? Anyway, so I have this. I don't know. Do you like where this camera angle is? Should I get bigger? Should I be smaller? I don't know what I should do. Can I change this, producer? Can I change this image to make me look bigger without me getting really close to the camera like this? Do I have to be sitting right here? Anyway, so let me look at what the scores are to help Joodles. Everton beat Brighton. Well, that's good news for us, I guess. Whoa. That's good news for us. Brighton loses because I'm a Crystal Palace supporter, but we support Brighton too. It's Fulham has not scored a goal. Whatever. Manchester United hasn't scored a goal against Fulham, so that's not good for Manchester United. So those are the 3 games, the 3 matches that are being played. Well, both of them are over except for the Fulham Man U. They're playing down here in Fulham. It's a very small stadium. I've actually been to that stadium many, 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 many years ago. It was the first football game I ever went to. And they lined everybody in, and the security was very intense. And I didn't understand what was going on at the time. I didn't understand. I didn't understand British people at the time. I didn't understand football hooliganism. But the first thing they did was they crushed football hooliganism in order to remove the power of the British people. As it was a class thing. So now we need, but they're not there. They have it. They have. We need. I'm not saying we need football hooliganism. We don't. It's nice to go to Crystal Palace and to feel safe and not to feel like somebody's going to punch you or whatever. It's just nice. Has anyone watched Ho 2 with John Wilson? It's very good. New York Under the Microscope. No, Ho 2, Ho 2, Ho 2. What should I see that? Is that what you're saying, John Higgs? Ho 2, New York City Under the Microscope. How to? Is it Ho to or how to? How to? Well, you wrote Ho to, so it's not quite how to. So we've got that. We've got that. It's on the iPlayer. Well, there you go. What are you doing today? I think he's going out to the shop.
No, I'm going to Mom's.
Oh, you're going to Mom's? Okay. Give her my regards. Give her my regards. The biggest mistake.
You say that, it's like
What?
It's like what the Lannisters say. Send my regards. It's just before you drive the knife into her back.
Is what? Who says that?
The Lannisters.
The Lannisters? Who are the Lannisters? I never heard that.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Send the regards, and that means knife. I don't mean that though. I mean that.
That's like when they kill everyone at the Red Wedding.
At the this. My son is doing. What is?
Everyone will know. You just are like.
I'm out of it. I'm not out of it.
Spend all day going around the place watching these like short form videos when you could be watching like good TV series. I'm just saying.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you can watch Game of Thrones.
I could watch Game of Thrones.
The first 7 seasons are great.
And then the last year was horrible. I know that. Why? How did they ruin it? Did they wake up from a dream?
No, the quality, like the writing quality, just dipped. Like everyone was teleporting around, nothing was making sense. It was just bad.
Really? How did they decide that it wasn't that good? How does it just suddenly become not that good? The producers accusing Lewis of throwing shade at Mom. Yeah. Do I throw shade at her? I have in the past.
Yeah.
I have in the past. Yeah, I threw shade at her. She deserved that.
No.
It's like Louis Theroux times 2. Ian Higgs. Prod 35 is here. Got was filthy. Oh, GOT was filthy. Was there nudity in that as well?
Yeah.
There was nudity. Yeah, I don't like nudity. I mean, I like my own nudity. I like the nudity anyway, we're not talking about that. Yeah, it was filmed in Northern Ireland, says Joodles. You should be proud of Northern Ireland. I don't know how they filmed it. It was like all rainy there. Was it all rainy in the film, in the Game of Thrones?
It's set at like, most of it's set in like Northern England and stuff.
Northern England.
Not
yeah.
in Northern England, but like in climates like.
Right, well, that's where they filmed it, yeah.
So it works well.
We're here for the Schaffer-related gossip. Well, he's going to see his mother. His mother. You know, I've been watching a lot of videos about how women just divorce men because their friends get on them and say, you should divorce him. You deserve better. You know, I mean, she probably did deserve better than me, but she waited till she was so old before she got married. You know, she basically convinced me to mid-30s. She wasn't even in the mid-30s. How old was she when she got married? She was born she was 37 years old or something. You know, she did quite well. I was quite fertile at that time. I'm not fertile.
Shut up.
Sorry. Well, what has this say anything to do with... I wasn't criticizing her. I was criticizing myself. Alan Williams, I'm happy now because we won today, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Name my team. Hill Dickinson Stadium. Name my team. I just saw the name of that. Hill Dickinson. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who is Hill Dickinson? You eat protein, so you are probably fertile, Lewis. Alex, thank you very much. Yeah, it could be that. I mean, we shouldn't be discussing it because then one of the questions they say, in order for you to be, whatchamacallit? Yeah. In order for me to get monetized, I can't be discussing fertility and things like that. He says no son wants to hear about how fertile their father is. Yeah, no, yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I remember my father. He was all fat. He was fat. He probably wasn't. He probably wasn't. Okay, you have a lovely smile. Thank you, Claire. Say, a sibling for the producer on the way. I don't think that could happen. Might happen. Could happen. Could happen. That's a terrible name. I don't know. What is the name? We know Alan's a toffee. That's right. So it's out there. Could it be Swansea or one of those things? I don't know. Morrison's peach custard trifles forever, says Zingo. £2.75. Yeah, you can't say no. I mean, I went into the park today and I had an apple. I'll write down what I had. I had an apple. And I had a brat. I had a brat, one bratwurst, and I had an apple. I would say an apple was about 100 grams. And I had about 130 grams of plums, maybe. There's still plums on a couple of trees on plums. Let's say 130. And then I had two other plums that I got from a shop that cost me £1, 50 pence each. So I would say that's also about 120. And then I had 2 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar. I had sugar. 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I had 2 cups of tea. I had tea. I got something in my throat now. They're going to think, oh, what's the matter with you? You should never, ever, ever cough. Don't cough. If you feel like coughing causes irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes disease. Jack Greenlish, whatever his name, half the time, and how we don't score at least 2 is anyone's guess. Because you used to be great, you're being punished by God. Joodles. That's why you don't score any goals. Hold on 1 second. Now let me just finish this thing. I think I've put in this too much stuff. Okay. Anyway, I woke up today and I weighed 78.3 grams. 78 kilograms, 0.3 today. So I'm down 300 grams from last night. So I'm doing very, very well. Natural sugar. Well, it's natural sugar. What is sugar? Sugar is half glucose and half sucrose. And it's white. It's ground sugar. What does it mean, natural sugar? That's what it means. It means natural sugar. But I've had 72 grams of carbs. If I don't have any more carbs for the rest of the day, I've been lower on carbs than I normally am. Yeah, than I normally am. Because I've been eating a lot of carbs, and so I've been eating less carbs, and I've been eating about 2,000 calories, and that's why I'm losing weight. Okay, so let's talk about how we're doing food and fat wise. Let's be thin and be beautiful, everyone. Let's be beautiful for me. Let's be beautiful for each other. So when you see each other, you go, "Wow, you're so slender and lovely." People like slender and lovely, and that's why we should be that way. If there's one thing we can do to be attractive to the opposite sex, to anybody, is to be slender. Is to be slender. Unless you're rich. If you're rich as a man. I've been high on carbs. I had a big pizza, says Lorna. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. See, thank you, Claire. I'm looking, you could just even see the difference. What the difference between 79 kilograms and 78.3, just a little bit of extra chin. I think I look great. My husband's, okay. I crave pizza, says Alex. Frozen pizza, yeah. It's amazing, but it makes you fat, it makes you ugly. It makes you fat, it makes you ugly. And you think to yourself, it doesn't do, what's a half a pizza? What's a piece of pizza? It makes you fat, it makes you ugly. Yeah, we want to be slender. Lewis looks amazing tonight. Thank you, Alan Williams. Yeah, I'm looking good. But I'm not perfect. I've got this, a little bit of fat down there where if I pinch it, it could just be skin because I'm 68 years old. But that's the most important thing. I'm borderline underweight. Chris Dobson is back. Thank you very much. 5'10", 9 stone 10. Is that how much is that in kilograms? I find heat suppresses my appetite. I'm always thin this time of year. Yeah, that's good. People get thin in Christmas time because we're preparing for the future. Let's find out. 10 stone, 9 stone in kilograms is 57 kilograms. It's basically 60. You're very small. You're very thin. I'm envious of you. How old are you? How old are you, Chris Dobson? And where are you living? And it's good to see you joining us here today. I'm going carb-free tomorrow. My pizza was 12 inches. That's that big. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised how much carbs it has. It could have over 100 grams of carbs. I only understand stones and pounds, says Lorna. Well, you're 40 years old. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Are you married? Would you like a girl? Are you good looking? You're thin, which is a step ahead. So anybody want Chris Dobson? I can't give away any of these women. You have to step into the fray with Chris Dobson. That's what this program is about. It's about a weight loss and it's about a dating program. It's about all of us meeting each other. I'm not saying we're like-minded people. We're not all like-minded people, but we're all people on the hunt. Is Chris a girl? Oh, interesting. Is Chris a girl? Lorna comes in. I hadn't even thought about that. Let's all become slim and beautiful today, Lewis, and encourage one another. Yeah, let's really do that. Let's become slim and beautiful. Chris, are you a girl? Yeah, you could be a girl. 61 kilograms, basically. That's similar to Claire, right, Lewis? I thought you would be at the Notting Hill Carnival. I don't mind the Notting Hill Carnival as much because they are Christians, I would say. I don't know whether I don't know if I should say that. But it could be dangerous, or maybe it's not even dangerous. I don't know. I've never been to the festival. I don't know. Are you a girl, Chris Dobson? Is Chris a girl? Lorna asks. We need to know that. But Warmelian is right. Let's make this the losing weight, being beautiful. Okay? And he did 10,000 steps yesterday. So that's really great. That's basically the only kind of exercise I support, is the steps. I bet maybe I'll change my mind later on, but Ian Higgs did 10,000 steps. And you do 10,000 steps, you'll be nicely shaped. Nottingham Carnival is a bastion of Christianity. Yeah, it is. It's not church. Some of it's probably Church of England. Are we placing bets on how many people will get arrested at Notting Hill Carnival? Well, they got to, yeah. But we need to walk around. Are we walking around? We need to walk around. How is that? Is that right light? Maybe if the light goes back. How is that? Does that look better that way? Or that way? Let's just leave it that way. Hey, no. Let's be nice. Remember one thing. I finally read the rules regarding being monetized, and they're very strict. They're very strict. They don't want any hatred, which of course is impossible. But they don't want you don't want our hatred. So if I cut you off, it's nothing personal. I'm cutting myself off. Yeah. Have I applied? I think I have applied. I have applied. I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether it applies to this. I don't know if it does. Let me just see what we've got there. What we've got there. Let me just see. Analytics. YouTube. Let me see what they've got. YouTube history. YouTube. I've got, like last night I looked with my son and I couldn't figure it out. And I don't want to get yelled at by him. He's always like yelling at me. He's always yelling at me. Home, GB News, music. I don't know where it is. There's something. YouTube Studio. Maybe YouTube community content. Copyright, earn. Maybe it's under earn. YouTube analytics. I'm looking here. Analytics. YouTube channel. It should say under earn. It should say under earn somewhere. Earn. Here's earn. Memberships, watch page, shopping. It's community, audio library. It's very complicated. Do any of you understand any of this? Do any of you understand it? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. All right, let's get back on track. So that's the thing. So I have applied, Alex. A lot of the people like the Nottingham Carnival. I can imagine the food that there. There is a monetization tab. Yeah, where is that? It's not as strict as Twitter. You can stream there to your 13,000 followers. I might have to. I don't think they're going to be as strict as YouTube. Would that be easier for you guys for me to do that? For me to Twitter monetization. Redecorate your bathroom. It will cause me to drop an insane amount of weight. It has caused me. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I have to do so many things. I'm so far behind in life. I basically live for this thing right now. I mean, I'm not worthy of your respect. I live for this. This is the best part of my day. We've got 31 people. It's the best part. This thing, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's the best part. But my bathroom needs to be cleaned. It needs to be straightened out. I need to, I need a producer. I need someone to do something. Come to my house. It's coming along nicely, but I still have so much to do, Keith Bexley says. Yeah. I had new tiles put in. By my ex-girlfriend's father. Romantis is here. Why don't you release Team World merch? Yes, I'm trying to get Lucy to do stuff. Lucy Ann, not Lucy Van Pelt. Yeah. This is the best part of my day. Thank you, Claire. That's one person. Let's make it the best part of everybody's day. Let's make it the best part of our day. Yeah, it's the best part of my day. So Lucy Ann, I've got to get Lucy Ann to do stuff. Because she's funny and she's great. And she's great. She is great. She's great. Is Chris a girl? Chris Dobson, you say you're 40. Are you a girl? Are you a woman? Are you a girl? And not in my YouTube website either, Alan. I pay a few YouTubers. Okay, what are you saying, Joodles? I don't know where that comes from. I'm running around the place. So Romanta says, hi, Claire, with an X. Lucianne is talented and gorgeous. Yes, she is. He's talented and gorgeous. He's talented and gorgeous. You know, and what's good about me is I'm at a perfect age because everybody, all the women look good to me. You look good to me. You're not like, when I was young, when you're 25, you wouldn't go out with a 45 or a 75. You wouldn't. But I'm 68. I'm 68. Go out with all you girls and really enjoy myself. I think the show is the only thing I've ever been FO and FOMO, which means, again, find out, mother, other. What does that mean? You look 50 max. Thank you. Would you say I look 50 max? I don't think I do, but I appreciate that. I look better in this mirror. This camera does not make me look good. It's the light or something. I need a new light. I think this show is the only thing I have ever had homo. Thank you, Shanks. Yeah, and guys too. I'm much more flexible with guys. I'm not flexible, but you know what? Make me an offer. That's what I'm saying. Fear of missing out. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, who knows what can happen? Something will break. Something the camera's going to go. There won't be sound. Who knows? Somebody will say something. Maybe this is that. This is that. So, okay, Joodles is laughing at something that Shank said. Fear of missing out. Alex, you need an optician, says Reuben. I don't look 50. I'm 68. That's pretty old. But I mean, I have a good body. And the reason why my body is good, because I diet, number one. And number two, I eat meat. And if who was telling me this, Alan or, whatever. You have to eat meat. You want your skin to be tight. You have to eat meat. You got to eat eggs. I buy eggs every other day. I would say I eat 10 eggs a day, 10 egg yolks a day. Yeah, I've got a fear of monetization options. I do. I have fear of this. I have fear of so much stuff. I'm going, you don't understand it. I think older people afraid or they're not afraid? I remember hearing a discussion between two old writers. I'm trying to remember what the writers were. The guy who wrote Tropic of Cancer. Does anybody know who the writer of Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn was? Do you remember that? I read those books back in the day. And who was the other guy? And so he said he loved getting older because he could get away with murder because he was so old. People were much nicer to him, and he could be stupid and an idiot like me. I'm stupid and an idiot, and I get away with it. I hope no one's coming and knocking on my door. I'm waiting for Paul to come. And he hasn't come. Where is Paul? Let me just see if Paul is here. Let me just see. Are you coming? And Henry Miller, exactly. He was amazing. Alan Williams gets a star from Lewis. Henry Miller's. Okay, so there we go. Keith Bexley is giving applause. Paul Cox, Warmellian. Anyway, so what I'm saying is there are people who think, oh, I'm old, I can't do anything. But other people think they're old, they can do anything. No, we're not. We're not that Paul. No, this is Chinese Elvis is going to come in. And I want you to be nice to him, even though he's a left-wing crazy person. Be nice to him, I mean, I don't want to lose any more friends just because they're like left-wing. I lost Lisa and Rose. I lost too many friends because I was on GB News and they thought, and I am a right wing. Yeah, Chinese Elvis. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He's writing a response now. It's a long response, so I don't know. My guess is he's not gonna come. He's gonna explain why he's not coming. Lots of love, Leanne. Okay, so that's my point. Paul Hugh. Sorry, I'm in the tennis club. I could come directly, but it's better to come over on Tuesday, probably. Yeah, it's up to you. I'll write down it's up to you. I knew he was going to say up to you. Up to you. My problem is I like having somebody here, but I don't want to ask people to come, number one. I don't want to ask people, and I'd rather just talk like this. I don't know. Every time I have somebody, did you know that vampires are vegetarian? No, if they're eating blood, some of them aren't vegetarian. Just fart in jars and sell it for monetization in your shop. You know what? I was thinking, why don't we all just go to the join thing? Go to subscribe, go to join. Joining is something different. And we go from there. Lewis, do you know that vampires are vegetarian? Well, so would you be if you were worried about getting a snake through the heart. A stake through the heart. A stake through the heart. Yeah. Well, people believe that steaks are bad for you. Hey, Joe is here. Welcome, Joe. Cressida. I'll ask Cressida. She's up there. She's in North London, and I'm in South London. If you don't ask people, Lewis, nobody's coming. I know. Maybe, maybe they're listening, and they'll think to themselves, oh, I just heard so-and-so on the show. Joodles. Maybe. And they'll call me up. So Tuesday. So Paul's going to come on Tuesday. Good. So he'll come on Tuesday. And that's what we're talking to you. A lot of people. Split screen. You mean like split screen by yeah, I could do that. I could do a Shanks. I could do that, a split screen. I could do it over Zoom. Yeah, I guess I could. I don't want to. I like having somebody right here. And people go, yes, Lewis Schaffer has friends. Don't you want to be known as having friends? You do. I want to be known that way too. I'd like to have friends. I had some friends, but they're gone. Someone came and took them away, but from the dusk till the dawn. This is where I'll say, yeah, Cressida's working there. I didn't know about that, but Cressida does a lot of work over there at GB News. I stupidly opened my mouth and got into a fight with Josh. And I should have just apologized. I just couldn't stand it anymore. We are your friends. Thank you very much. I've got 30-something friends. Let's see how many friends I have watching this. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Thank you, Lorna. And I got 2 X's and a heart. Kerry Macca. There you go. Yes, Lorna. Yeah, friends. When did you fight with Josh? When didn't I? After the Israel thing. After the attack on Israel, I asked him. I said, is this good news for the Jews? And he said, yes, it's very good news for the Jews. And I knew it wasn't good news for the Jews. But I don't want to hear that, You want to hear good news. So I thought to myself, oh, this is good news for the Jews. But as every single day came on and the British government refused to suppress the Palestinian demonstrations, I'm not saying this in a not loving way. You could have each of us lovely people on as guests, different person each day, Lewis. Yeah, that could be something. I'd love to have you as a guest. Claire, yeah. Shanks. If you sort out the split screen, you'll probably get invited onto other people's live streams too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me see how I could do the split screen. Split screen. Let me write that down, Shanks. Split screen. I don't want split screen. I want to just be here with you. No, Lewis, you're too real for playing pretend. You're true to yourself. Yeah, maybe you're right. Lewis, I mean this lovingly. Oh, get ready for this. Get ready for Joodles. I mean this lovingly, but who do you think will watch this and call you up and beg to come on? Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Why not? Why wouldn't they? Some people do. Some people do, Joodles. Who could we think of would beg to come on? They'd have to come to Nunhead. No, Lewis, you're too... Okay. We're proud of you for being honest, Lewis. Well, I'm trying my best to be honest, but honesty can get me into trouble. And I think I want to be, I don't want to be mean to people, but I also would like to be monetized. When I am old, I will say that this is on my mind and everyone will just have to deal with it. Yeah, just deal with it. Lewis, do you know that bacon has one day of the week that they hate? It's Friday. Bacon hates Friday. Good joke. It's a good joke. I do that now, laugh out loud. Okay. Never apologize, Lewis. Stick to your principles. I wouldn't say I've got principles. I just think that I'm lazy. Lazy. Yeah, what Russ has horrible jokes, but they're funny. They're kind of humorous, and they're getting nicer and nicer, these jokes. So good for Russ, and maybe we'll find out that Russ and Lorna are seeing each other, which would make me happy. Lewis, you're tempting the ladies again with that knee. Yeah, here's the leg. I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts. It keeps me awake. It keeps me awake. I touch my leg. I touch my leg. Marianne McCara says, now, I weigh my words and always think before I speak. Laugh out loud. I guess you're kidding. Yeah, you got to in a way. You got to. That's why it feels better when you say what's on your mind. Alan Williams says, I would be a disaster as a guest here. I'm far better in the chat where Lewis can just ignore me. I don't. How do I ignore you, Alan Williams? How do I ignore you? I don't. I pay such attention to you. You are just you, Claire. That's what we love. She's always nice, Claire. Always nice. Russ and Lorna seeing each other now. Is that true, Alex? Is that true, Lorna? Alex is now the #1 chat person. Can you imagine Lewis on Question Time? He would be hilarious and annoy loads of BBC types. I bet I would, but maybe that's, it's not my business. I'm not from this country. My children are English. Their mother is British. It's not really, but, screw the BBC. Maybe I shouldn't even say that. I don't know if I should say that. Lewis, what is your skeleton's favorite food? Spare ribs. I had I know that was a joke. Thank you, Russ. I had spare ribs last night, £7.30 which is a lot of money, but it's a meal. It's like an entire meal of just spare ribs. Shanks, I don't care for his new looks. Whose new look is that? Stop being so nice, Claire. Rubin jumps in. She's nice. She's nice. And Joodles goes, why do you like the nice girls? Because and Joodles is a nice girl. But men like to be complimented. Do we not, men? We never get it. We never get the compliments. Maybe we should get talk to get you on it. Get talk to get. Maybe we should get talk to get you on. Period. Alex. Period. Let's do punctuation. It's more relaxed. Yeah, maybe talk. I'll write down talk. Talk TV. Talk TV. TALK TV. Right. I've lost a few friends over the last couple of years by being honest, but hey, comma, she says brilliantly, I've made new ones. Yes, Lewis, you must be true to yourselves. Got some friends, but they're gone. Someone comes and takes them away, but from the dusk till the dawn, or something comes. This is where I'll stay, standing at the end of the road. It only encourages him. Okay, Dolan has recently joined Talk. Yeah, that's brilliant. Somebody's going to ask me to do something. I go through periods like this. I didn't realize this was a down period, but I've been fired from my job, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back because of you people. You're going to make me come back, so I thank you. I thank you. Be yourself. They're not great friends if you can't be honest. Yeah, I agree with you, Keith Bexley. That is true. Alan Williams. Emily Maitless would be such a great guest here. But Emily Maitless, the one from the BBC who interviewed, what's his name? Prince Andrew. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Well, Claire knows this about me. I love attention. Get in, United. So they haven't done anything then. Did they score a goal? Joodles. We don't care what's going on with the game. I'm sorry. We're 34. We're doing really well. So we'll get some guests. I'm not going to get guests. A couple of guests. Do you want guests? I don't know if you want guests. Emily Maitless could be Holly Hills. You know what? They could be. It's like because these people on the BBC, they've got to be so nice all the time, and they just want to let it go, and they want to be as nasty, Warmelian says, We don't care about guests. Yeah, we don't care about guests. I mean, I like a guest. I like a guest to visit here, to visit this S-hole. That's my flat. I'd like to introduce them. It's not good when I have to keep it always a secret. Lewis, no joke. This is totally serious. Did you know that last year your favorite person, King Charles, gave a knighthood to a cow? The cow is now known as Sirloin. As Sirloin. I did not know that, Russ, but that is funny. That is funny. I love it when Joodles is happy. You want to know something? I do too. I do too. I like when Joodles is happy. She probably won't believe that, but I like when Joodles is happy. I'm still upset that Lucy Van Pelt is not paying attention because she thinks I'm destroying because I said what I said the other day. Not necessarily out of honesty, but just I thought it was be true and interesting. Anyway, true, I'm not a mean person, says Joe. But if they're true friends, they won't judge. You know what I mean? I don't judge, Keith Bexley. She's talking to Keith. Yeah, but it's like I support Donald Trump, so my friend can't be. She can't be my friend because Donald Trump is bad. Yeah, maybe he's bad. Yeah, maybe he's bad. Maybe that Chuckle Egg. Who is Chuckle Egg? Where can I find out where you're performing stand-up? I've got to do. Thank you very much, Chuckle Egg. Where you from? Say hello to everybody. Stand-up. I'm going to be on the 17th, somewhere in Zone 3, stand-up. I might be doing a show. I might be doing a show. I've got to get back to doing stand-up, Chuckle Egg. I appreciate that. Lewis, you can get Hugh Edwards as a guest. He is doing nothing. Yeah, he's doing nothing because he's in such a bad health because I don't know whether he was drinking or whether he was having a high carb diet, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. He's the same. I think he's younger than I am. But when you drink, when you smoke cigarettes, you will not be healthy. That's the other thing. I don't focus enough on cigarette smoking. Stop smoking cigarettes, number one, and stop drinking too much. I mean, drinking is always bad, but you don't need it. You are sweet, Alan Williams. Bless you. She's not going to say anything to me. Will you say anything to me? Lucy Ann is here. We were asking about you, Lucy, about merch and how funny you are and how a couple of people, including myself, mentioned how pretty you were, Lucy Ann. We're saying, hey, get Lucy Ann to get the merch going. Get Lucy Ann to show her face because she's so pretty. Smoking, my biggest demon, says Kerry Mack. Even bigger than the crisp demon. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, Joodles explains it to me. Chucky egg, Lewis. British for egg, where Chucky means chicken. I don't understand that. Chucky egg, not chicken egg, sorry. Chucky egg. What does that mean, Chucky egg? I don't understand what it means. Where chicken, it means chicken egg. I don't know what it means. Don't talk about smoking, please. Yeah, don't talk. David B. is in the room. We're up to 34, 35, maybe 36. Find Diane Morgan. You might contrast fantastic. We probably could. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a good interviewer, but I don't know. The most important thing that you, Edward, can do is stop being a disgusting human being. I don't know if he is. What did he do that was disgusting? What did he do? Remember, he worked for the BBC all those years. It was an old Spectrum game, Chucky Egg says. What was an old Spectrum game? But David B. is here. Yeah, well, I like Diane Morgan. Here's the thing. We got 300 people watching. I'm going to say to them, listen, come on and do this. Be on my podcast. Okay, I could really do with a compliment today. Thank you, nice people. Well, let's give Lucy Ann one or two more other compliments. She's a beautiful girl. A beautiful girl. And really funny. All of the Lewis Schaffer stuff, the Lewis Schaffer calendar, the cups, they were all hysterical. Chucky Egg was my fave. Chucky Egg. My favorite was Green Beret. Chucks are chickens, Lewis. Indigenous vernacular. Okay, I did not know that. Remember, Ruben, there's so many things I don't know, Joodles. I didn't know it was a game. That's just what mom called eggs in our house. Chucky eggs? Chicken eggs? Chucky eggs? Chuck, buck, 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 buck. You were saying something about having guests on. For the love of God, no, Lewis. Is that your opinion, Lucy? Don't have guests on. Because every program has guests, and that what makes this program so unique is there's very few programs where I'm just sitting here talking to you people, talking to the people. That's what makes this program so good. Maybe people who are watching it are saying, I don't want to hear Lewis Schaffer talking to these people. Who are these people? I want to hear him talking to somebody famous. Maybe I'm not that interesting. Or maybe I'm not interesting at all. I don't think I'm that interesting. You are nice, Lucy Ann, says Lorna. See, that's the love coming out. Wow, that's some going, Joe. Keep it up. Keep it up. You are Kerry Macker. Remember, your. Whenever you see the word Y-O-U-R, ask yourself what it means. Does it mean you are? Does it mean you're? Or you are? You have to ask yourself that question. It's like your brain should explode. Warning, warning, your warning. Vatanai says, don't smoke. Eat low carbs, not pizza, yes. Take moderate exercise, yes, and get your eyes tested. Get your eyes tested, but don't get your eyes tested. Look at I'm wearing glasses. No, they don't work. Don't get your eyes tested. I mean, I get my eyes tested because they do the OCT test, which is fantastic. When you get your OCT. Okay, Lucy Ann. Claire C's talking to Lucy. I said at the beginning of the show that you were talented and gorgeous. Then you appeared. Yeah, because you read people's minds. No, I don't mind. I don't mind guests. Just not Paul. Okay. I love Paul Cox. Okay, here we go. There was a protest at Epping Bell Hotel. Is that today? Joodles? Okay, here's my tuppence worth. Joodles. This is Joodles. Remember, you got to remember something about Joodles. Beautiful and very smart. Beautiful and very smart. And nice to me, basically. Really nice to me, except when she's yelling at me. Here's my tuppence worth. My favorite show so far was the one with Adam Kumas. It was hysterical. For me, you're funnier with someone to bounce off of. Okay. What do you all, everybody, what do you think about that? What do you think about what Joodle says? That it's better when I'm having somebody here saying something to me. Okay, so let's answer that question. Alan Williams comes in and says, Lucy is well fit. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Lewis, my spelling is coming along better. It's just taking me time to learn how to use apostrophes and stuff again. Yeah, just take your time. I'm not going to get mad at you. Lewis should get Cressida on as a guest and make her clean house. She's not going to clean house. Warning. Who are you warning? Yeah, Jedster agrees with Joodles. I like guest episodes. Yeah. Lewis can come on as a guest for who? A guest for who? I'm a guest here. Thanks for your support, and sorry your grammar got in detention, Joe. Kerry Macker, yeah. What are you saying, Lucy Ann? Who are you saying it to? You can't just... and the one thing about this thing, because there are so many people, you got 35 people in here. No, we're not going to be mean. I like Paul. I love that show with Adam Kumas too. Yeah, it was good fun. Well, the thing about comedians is they're funny. They're funny on the radio. They know how to be funny. They know, and they've done this before. Look, this is our 75th straight show. 75 shows. That's almost 3 months of shows. Guests are okay if they're not on for the whole 2 hours, says Vat and I. Yeah, maybe it's too much. Maybe an hour is enough. Should it be the first hour or the second hour? I think it should be the second hour. Because I get a bit tired on the second hour. I like when you argue with Chinese Elvis. I do too. I do too. Because I do too. He'll be here on Tuesday. Here to be on. Yes. If you want to speak to me, Lucy, and say, Lewis, is he seriously coming on? Yeah, not Chinese Elvis, Paul, my friend Paul. Ruben. Look at the Discord, Lewis. We have restructured the whole show. Get Shanks on board. Okay, I guess I should have to look at the Discord thing. You asked not to. Not anymore, Lucy. I don't know what I'm asking. Adlam Gumas didn't really respect your audience, which is fine. Well, they don't know. He doesn't know all you people. He thinks you're just like random people just writing stuff out of the blue. You know what it is. Lucy Ann, she can come on the show if she trusts me in my apartment. If she trusts me. I would not trust myself. I wouldn't trust myself. But if she trusts me, she can come on. Yeah, we could talk about all sorts of things. I'm glad I found this podcast because I can talk to all you lovely people. And you too, Lewis. Yeah, that's what I think is the best thing about it. But I'm glad he's able to show loyalty to friends anyway. I'm going to wash my hair. We're not talking about this. A couple of Pauls here. This is why everyone should have a unique name. A unique name. This is Paul Chinese Elvis Hugh. And not Paul Cox. Okay. All right, well, go wash your hair. I mean, you can't wait. You can't wait a couple of hours to wash your hair. And you know what? I don't think you should wash your hair. As you know, I've stopped washing my hair. I don't wash it anymore. It doesn't smell. I hope it doesn't smell. Perhaps you can get a real life Holly to come on. Yeah. That would be nice. Yeah, I'd like that. That would be entertaining, a bit like Gladiators, the Roman ones. Yeah. It would be nice. Lucy Ann, you can join as a guest. Yeah. I wouldn't trust myself. Well, I mean, I don't trust myself with women. I don't trust myself with women. I just like them. I like them. I mean, I do trust myself. If you said, Lewis, stop, I would stop. But I don't trust myself I don't trust myself to not fall in love with them and not to want to be with them. And that sort of thing. I don't trust. Do you trust me? Could you be sitting right here in the seat and I'm right here and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, bedroom over there. Lewis, well, do it remotely. I think that would be a good episode. Okay, we can do it remotely. But that's not as much fun. Remote episodes. Remote episodes. It's just more fun when there's a pretty girl right here and the girl is saying, Lewis, stop that. I like whatever it is. Maybe in a nice way, kidding. Lewis, okay. I would like to sniff your hair, Lorna. Yeah, you can sniff it. You can sniff my hair. I totally trust you, Lewis, says Joe, but my judgment has never been good. Yeah. Do I trust you to keep a secret, to say, you know what? I went to Lewis's. Did Lewis make a go for you? And you have to lie. Lewis, if I was your guest, I would not trust myself. Yeah. Can you keep a secret, Claire? Can you sit right here, be a guest, Lewis's roaming hands, or maybe you're roaming hands on me? Roaming hands, maybe. How about that? And then they'll ask you, did you touch Lewis? And you have to go, no, I didn't. No. Remember, Ruben, we see the YOUR, and mine has to explode. Warning, YOUR. YOUR. What's my problem with the YOUR? Welcome to the Me Too show, starring Lewis Schaffer. Jedster, you're right. You know what? Men like girls. We like pretty girls. Why is that bad? I've been watching videos like that. There's that video from that Paul Watson, what's his name? You know that guy, Paul? He's a British guy. And it's like women complaining that an older guy said, you're really pretty. And then another woman complaining that men never come up to them and say they're really pretty. We don't know what to do. Would you consider an interview? one of us could ask questions about anything. Well, that's what this is now. It's like an interview. But that's nice of you to ask. But I don't know if that's going to be any more interesting than this. I don't want you violently rubbing your knees while I'm trying to speak to the people. This is what Lucy Ann says. I won't. I'll wear long sleeves. I'll wear long trousers. Lucy, did you make that painting behind Lewis, the black one? No, that's Nikki, but she could do something as good as that. Yeah, Paul Joseph Watson Lewis. Thank you, Warmelian. Thank you for listening to me. He's great, that guy. But he's doing these videos now, which is maybe what I need to do, which they play the TikTok videos, and then they comment on them. Trevor and Simon, Lucianne. What are you saying, Trevor or Simon? I missed that. Oh, it's a good show. It's a good show. You've got 34. That's a shame because the rest of us totally want that, Lucianne. What do you want? Me to rub my leg while you're here? Jenster. Lucianne. Okay. That's bad. That's bad. Anyway, Joe Lewis. It's a tough world out there now. No one knows what they're supposed to do as in not offending. Yeah, we're not allowed to offend, and we don't want to offend. And if we do offend, let's say, I've offended somebody where you got a pretty girl and and then or they think that I'm pretty. And I mean, that's my problem. There's no future with Lewis Schaffer. I mean, really. Maybe there is. No, Lewis don't like to be questioned. He always avoids answering. That's not true. Like a politician, that is not true. Ruben, it's not true. Lucy Ann says, I'm not an artist, sadly. I just drew him as a cartoon. You are an artist. Those things that you have are just so... I mean, I got one of these cups left. Do you have any more of the cups? This is just funny. This is just brilliant. Here we go. It's a picture of the atomic bomb blowing up. What happened here? The atomic bomb. It's a solid no. Okay. No, Lewis. Yeah, ask me a question, Ruben. Is this to me? Are you asking this to me? Or are you asking the people out there, Lucy? It's a solid no if that's the noise you're going to make. Alan Williams comes in and says, Ruben, the knee rubbing was always the best bit in the 75 shows. The silly noise your silly face made me laugh, and my workmate wanted to know what's so funny. Really? Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's my knee. It's whatever. I can't touch it. Knee rub, yes. Joe says, Lewis, here's a question. Prettiness or intelligent? You can't pick both. Well, you got to be intelligent to be pretty, basically. There are very few. Yeah, you got to be yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you want a smart girl. All the girls I've gone out with, my ex-wife was smart. My last girlfriend was smart. My girlfriend in the middle was smart. They're all smart. They're not idiots. They're not idiots. I like smart women, Lewis. But it takes a lot of intelligence to be beautiful. It takes to know that that's what men want. Men want thinness, and we want slender, and we want intelligence. Do you ever get morning erection? Apparently that means your health is good. Yes. I don't want to say. I don't even know if I'm allowed to answer that question. Yes, I'll answer it. Yes. I'm in good shape. If you had seen me 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was in really bad shape. Now, Lucianne says she wants intelligence. Because you're a girl, and girls like a smart guy. Okay. Thank you very much. So there you go. Yeah, women like an intelligent man. But at the end of the day, you like an intelligent man, but you prefer somebody who's really good looking. Really, really. It was a non-answer, Joe. What was that a non-answer? Prettiness or intelligence? I answered prettiness. I'd answer prettiness. But a girl's pretty ugly if she disagrees with me and she fights with me and she gets mad at me for liking Donald Trump or something. So the answer is it's very mixed up. Very mixed up. Okay. Why are you blushing? Lucy Ann, please tell us who you're talking to. Why are you blushing? So the answer to that question is, you girls should try to be pretty. That's the most important thing. And you're pretty initially, and then the way you stay pretty is by being intelligent, by knowing who you're dealing with, by knowing you're dealing with a man. And men are very problematic. So you got to do what's necessary to get them to like you. Get them to like you. Basically. How is that the answer? I think that's the right answer. Thank you. Thank you. No, I don't think so. So, Lewis, would you like a girl to have lots of stuff done to themselves, like fake and lip fillers? No, I don't like that. Most men don't find that pretty. They don't find that's not pretty. Is that pretty, Alex, to you? I don't find it that pretty. But what makes a girl pretty? What makes a girl pretty? The basics of being pretty is saying, I want to be thin for my man, even though it's like basically giving into the man. Okay? I don't know what Lucy is laughing at. You've got to tell us who you're talking to. Corsai is here. Is it Corsai or Corsall? Is this Big Ron's channel? Who is Ron? Who is Ron Corsai? Thank you for joining us here. Yeah, you start out by saying, I'd like to be pretty. What makes a girl pretty? What makes a girl pretty, number one, is being slender. Number one is smiling. Maybe being happy. Maybe talking to a man makes a girl pretty. I have found that being clever, earning more than most boyfriends over the years, has been found appealing to start with. Then they find it annoying. Good job, I'm also attractive, Joe says. Could be that. I mean, you don't need to make money to be attractive to a man. You just don't take his money, or try not to take his money. But you don't need to, look at my job. Do you find me? No, men don't like that. This is where I'll get enemies right now. Cheese string. Do you have a hairy armpit fetish, Lewis? I'm not against a hairy armpit. But whatever you want to do, you can shave it or not. Whatever you want to do. That's where I am now. Whatever you want to do. I'm not looking for something specific. How can a girl make herself pretty apart from losing weight and makeup? Yeah, you can make yourself pretty by maybe getting a normal haircut, by smiling at men, by not being competitive with men. This is what makes a woman pretty. Just being nice to guys. Men are they're so, and the same thing with guys to girls. Just be nice. Be nice. That's what makes a girl pretty. I remember, maybe I told this story. I was at a Chinese restaurant on a blind date. And I thought this girl wasn't that pretty, but she was so nice that I fell in love with her by the end of the meal. Alex. Who the hell wants to live with some Dumbo? It's intelligence all the way. I'd rather live with a Dumbo who isn't fighting everything every step of the way. That's what I mean by intelligence. No man wants a competitive woman. Lewis needs a trophy wife that he can show off the next time he sees. Well, no. I want a pretty girl, not to show her off, but I want a pretty girl because you got to look at her, and I want her to be smart enough to know how to make Lewis Schaffer happy. What makes you people happy? Intelligence. We've been told to tell that to women. Oh, you're so smart. But in order for a woman to be, in order for intelligence, it takes intelligence to be beautiful. My message disappeared. I use a naughty word. Sorry. Who are you talking to, Lucianne? Who are you talking to? Everybody? Okay. Don't work, ladies, but don't take your man's money. What are we supposed to live on? Well, you're supposed to live on what historically women should work, but you shouldn't be bragging about it. You shouldn't be bragging about it. Men don't like that. Who are you talking to, Lucy Ann? You don't have a person's name. I would live with Dumbo. Imagine places you could go on his back, flying with them big ears and that. Yeah. Is it Corsi or Corsol? Come on, folks. Smash the like button. Yeah, smash the like. That's right. Smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. FAO Lewis replying to Joodles in the live chat. So write down Joodles. Write down Joodles. Here's my response. What are we supposed to live on? I found it very funny. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. Well, I'm against women don't want to work, and neither do men. They want to stay home and have. I don't want to talk about it. We are smart. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, you got to say you're smart. You got to say you're smart. Never got it right when it comes to buying women gifts. So now I buy them 2 gifts. The first is a romantic one, and the second is, so if they don't like the first one, they could go, okay, let's be nice, because I want to be Avocado Man is here. Same bums and bro. Yeah, that's what's great about this. I'm dyslexic, for real. Okay. So you cannot read. Well, don't be proud of that. Don't be proud you can't read. And I actually wrote a book on how to read. Maybe I'll send you a copy of it. How to learn how to read, or how to teach someone how to read. You got to have somebody there who teaches people how to read. Who are you talking to? You wrote, I did. Now I'm getting Lucy. Write down Lewis, I did. Or L, I did. So people know who you're talking to. Are you okay, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, have we answered the question? How about the guys? Let's ask the guys. We like a nice feminine girl. A feminine girl is not someone who's got a high-powered job. At Lewis, yeah, just put Lewis. Put Lewis, and then whatever you're saying, stop picking on me. Yeah, I'm picking on you. You're a sweet man, Lewis. Thank you very much. I'm not sweet, but I mean, I wrote a book on how to read. A book on to teach someone how to read. Yeah, and I taught my kids how to read until the mother stopped me from doing it. Is the legendary, notorious Lewis Schaffer giving me advice on how to be nice? Well, I notice how not to be nice. I notice that sometimes when I'm talking here, I'm not being really that nice. I'm not being that nice. Oh my God, Lewis. So we can't have high-powered jobs. Not that I have one at the moment. You can, but it's not going to make you attractive to a man or to most men. A man would rather go out with the fry girl at McDonald's than a high-powered girl. Yeah. Again, who is Lucy talking to? She's not talking to anybody. Ruben says, I liked Fatima Whitbread. I don't know who that is. It's from a TV program, I assume. Stutters are OP. The lady gets used to finishing your sentences. I don't know what that means. OP. What does OP mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Yeah, well, I don't, and I have to read this thing. You want this thing read, you got to say it. Overpowered boss. Okay, I didn't know that. Stutters. Who is a stutter? What is a stutter? Is it stutterers? You know, what does that mean, Corsol? What does it mean? What does it mean? I don't know. Please note, readers, every time Lewis says we or men, he means me. Yeah, well, no. Yeah, no, Joodles, no. I mean men. I mean we, and most men agree with me. They agree with me I've watched enough videos and spoken to enough guys and gone to enough anti-women meetings. I know everything about it. Please don't upset this Lucy. She's the last one we have. I don't know what that is. Fatima Whitbread. Dear readers, just made me think of Jane Eyre, Joodles. I think I might have to take a break for a glass of milk, a glass of water, not milk, a glass of ice water. It's in my head. It's in my head. I know, Joodles. I know what women are thinking. I know what girls want. I know they want me. Yeah, she was pretty. Lewis, fine, I'll leave. Is me storming off in a Marty feminine enough for you? Bye, knob. Bye, knob. Yeah, why? Because I asked you to write this to me, so I know you're mad at me, Lucy Ann? Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Lucy Ewan, yeah, fantastic, Russ says. Yeah, Rubens is taking Joodle's side because Joodles is a pretty girl and he wants to win the women over. It's chair time. Yes, it's chair time. I'm going to to the chair. Lucy, I'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Okay. Well, Lucy is mad at me. She is mad at me. Okay. Thank you, Lucy, for being mad at me. You ask what the men like. They don't want a woman who's mad at them. They want a woman. Some men do. Some men do. Some men do. Yeah, there you go. How long has this been going on? Has anyone missed their old life yet? What do you mean? What do you mean going on? What do you mean going on? Okay. I'm not sure where this is going, guys, says Joe. I bet he doesn't know what's in mine either, Lorna, mostly because it's an impossibility in your mind. Yes, men know what's going on in women's minds. Eventually they figure it out. All men want is sex, says Cheese String. I pissed her off. You know what it is? I didn't mean to piss her off, but I said to her, can you, if you're talking to me, mention my name. If you're talking to Ruben, mention Ruben's name. If you're talking to Alan or Joodles, mention the name. If you're talking to everyone, I don't know. This is like a 24-hour news cycle. It is. It is that way. Lewis wants sex. All men just want... Yes, we want sex. Lewis scared her off as well. I hope I didn't scare her off. But you know what? This is why I scare... Yeah, women don't want to be scared off. They get scared off by this. Mormelian doesn't want SC whatever. He wants a wife and a life partner. That's not attractive either. You were, and you were being singled out. I'm not in a bad way, but you're being singled out because I pay attention to people. Yeah. So Warmelian wants a life partner. Well, that's quite scary to people. Do we know Warmelian enough that sight unseen we would take him as our life partner? Some of you might, but you won't say, listen, let's just get to know each other a bit. Well, there you go. Okay, men never figure it out. No offense, but some of you may, so no disrespect. So you make a generalization. Who is Galactus again? Who's Galactus? Is that cheese string? Seems he doesn't speak for the whole male population. After all, I do. I speak for the entire everyone. And the men know this. That's why they like me. Because they know. I mean, most men don't talk to women. They don't mention this thing because they're afraid of women. Lewis thinks women shouldn't vote. I think in a perfect world, I think voting has caused more problems than good. But, the fact is, no one's having kids anymore. No one's getting married. There's no family anymore. We need families in order to fight globalism. Oh, this is going to be one of those shows. This is going to be one of those horrible shows where you got to turn on me. Where Lucy Van Pelt hated me. I might go back to Galactus soon. Warmellian. Okay, there you go. I forgot that you're Warmellian. I forgot that. I've taught lots of girls aged 14 to 19 to prepare them for concerts, shows, and music exam. Even the most competent ones feared being judged for their appearance by boys and men. Yeah, because that's what boys, they judge appearances. It's really important to boys. Is it important? Is my appearance, important? That's a really good point, Vatanai. Vatanai makes a very good point. Mormellian, thank you. Thank you. What are red flags in women for you, Lewis? Well, I'm all red flags. I don't know. You tell me what's a red flag, and I'll add some red flag. I am a dangerous person. I'm a dangerous person. Joe, I'll put my apron on, get cleaning and cooking, and return to the 30s. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I see is I don't see most women cleaning, even as much as me, and I'm a mess. But what are the red flags for me? When you look at me, what do you think? What do you think is a red flag? That I've been married and divorced, that's a red flag. That I got married when I was 43 years old, that's a red flag. That I'm fast to tell someone that I love them, who knows what can happen. Yes, I don't see many women cleaning, including I'm not going to mention the names, but they don't clean as much as I clean. I don't even clean that much. Yeah. I'm not, but let me just say this. I'm not angry. 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 Hold on. Let me just make a thing here. Let me just type a message. All is good. I am. Yeah, you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Men are different than women. Women are different than men. Are they not? Okay, where are we going? So here we go. I've lost my mind here. I've lost my. What are the red flags for you? What are red flags in women for me? Oh, okay. I didn't even read that properly. What is a red flag to me? There are no red flags because every woman has red flags. I know. I don't think Lucy is upset. I don't think she's upset, and I'm not upset with her. But I hope she's not. I don't think she's upset with me too much. But if she is, I'm sorry, and I don't want her to think that I'm upset with her. How many women's houses have you been in recently, Lewis, to see whether they're cleaning? I've been to a lot. When I had the kids, there were lots of them. The female race has always existed on a foundation of For example, when women are very young, they pretending to be old, and when they get old, they pretend that they're younger. That's very interesting, Russ. I didn't read the entire thing. You could read it on the thing. My sons do more cleaning than their wives. Well, that's what Lorna comes in and says. How clean is my house? It's a mess, but I do vacuum. I make my bed every day. I have all my clothes are hang up. They're not in piles on the floor. But you know what the question was. There are two questions. What are the red flags I see in women? And I mean, I don't see I see. They're all. I don't even know if I want to say it, because this show has to be based on love. Doesn't it have to be based on love? And it seems like maybe I'm not being loving if I say this. All my clothes are hung up. Judels finds funny. Yes, they're all hung up. They're hung up in order on a rack. When I go to sleep at night, my clothes are hung up. Okay? When I go to work in the morning, whatever, I get dressed, I don't leave them on the bed. I'd say I'll do that later. Okay? Now let's say I go into a woman's home and she's a bit of a mess. I don't find that a red flag, because too many of them are messes. You know, if they're divorced. Red flags: demanding, money-loving, lover, bossy. I don't want to say this. I just want to be loving. I just want to be loving. Alex says the red flags are like demanding, money-loving, bossing. Well, I would say all women have those tendencies. This is where I lose people right now. They all have that, and men do too. Every man is horrible. You can say, I want to go out with a man who would never cheat on me, but then they cheat. Whatever. I want to go out with a man who isn't looking at other women. Well, all men look at other women. You know what I mean? They all look at other women. I want to go out with a man who brings home money, and then they lose their job and there's no more money. Okay? So that's right. The bed is made, having a vision now. Yes, my bed is made. And I wash my sheets pretty frequently. You know what I mean? So, and I mean pretty frequently. And and I'm wearing clean clothes always. Okay? And I know you think, oh, he's dirty because he doesn't wash his hair. But I shave and I take a shower. I change my sheets like every 2-3 weeks. Is that not often enough? It might not be often enough, you know? I don't know. Lewis has to wash his sheets frequently because of the morning. Yes, you could say that, but that's not true. I did not go as far as that. And let's try to be, yes. Thank you, Lucianne. Thank you, beautiful Lucianne. I love Lucianne. Okay. So the point is, what red flags do men have? Remember how old I am. I'm quite old. I'm 68 years old. But Lorna finds that funny. Very funny. Very funny. The truth is, and I clean my towel in the bathroom. I clean the flooring in the towel. I go in and clean the bathroom. I wash the sink every day. It's not that clean, this place, but it's getting cleaner. Alan Williams, it was nice of us to win today. GB News sports reporter wouldn't even read out our new stadium's name today. Yeah, so that's the new stadium. What team is that? Mark Therosian is here. Love bombing is a red flag in men. Lucianne says, yes, it is, and I'm a love bomber. We're not even love bombing because we do love you. That's the difference. We're not pretending to love you. We just look at you and think, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Showering you with love very quickly into meeting you always means, this is what Lucianne says, always means they're usually insecure, have mommy issues, need therapy, desperate for affection. This is the point that I'm making, is that all men, including myself, are incredibly insecure. I'm incredibly insecure. Okay. I have major mummy issues. I do. I'm almost psychotic when it comes to mummy issues. My mother was sent to a mental hospital when I was a kid. I have major, major mummy issues, but I would say most men do. They need therapy. Most men need therapy. We do, and are desperate for affection. Yes, I'm desperate for affection. That's why if you go up to a guy and say, I love you, he won't believe it. But if you give him affection, he'll go, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. That's the point I'm making. Lying, using, pretending. Lying, using, pretending. Yes, we're not lying. We are using. We're not pretending. If a man sees a girl, and this is something that you know constantly, Lucy, because you're a pretty girl, okay? You're a pretty, pretty girl. And a guy sees you and he thinks, oh my God, this girl's going to make me happy for the rest of my life. This is what men think. I remember when I was on the subway, when I was in New York, I'd look at all the people, all the girls, and I'd think, who would I do? Who wouldn't I do? Who would I do? Okay. I think that, anyway, Mark Therosian says, Lucy Ann. I think this is what Mark is saying, Mark Therosian. I think it's a red flag in everyone. I had that from a woman a few months back. I did too. I met this girl, this woman, and I was like so in love so quickly. I just thought, because I just wanted to be loved. I was so lonely, and I just loved her. And then she just stopped calling me. So it can happen with women too. The UN Sustainable Goals think you should wash less, make your clothes last longer, don't wash your clothes too often. Vatanai. Yes, I think I wash my clothes too much. That's the next step. I'm going to stop washing my clothes as often as I wash. That's fine until you ruin someone else's life. Who are you talking to, Lucy Ann? Howard Hughes was insecure. He was one of the most amazing men ever. I think all men are insecure. We want to be loved. Did you see what's his name with his wife with who's the guy? Jeff Bezos with what's his name? I'm not love bombing you, Mark. I'm just desperate for affection. Or maybe you look at a girl and you think this girl's amazing. Lewis is a mixture of Alan Stratham and Guy Secretan, for those who have watched Green Wing. I don't know who that is. Speaking for yourself, I'm very insecure. I asked my psychiatrist, Ruben says. That's funny. I think men just like to poke and then leave. No, they do not just like to poke and then leave. But they do poke and they do leave. Because they've gotten what they want and they think, this is not that great. They're not being negative. They're not lying to anybody, Lucy Ann or Joe. I was going to tell you I love you, Lucy Ann. Yeah. Men see a picture and they go, oh my God, I love that girl. And they might stay forever if you make it interesting. So men like good looking at first and then they like interesting. But people who self-soothe at others' expense are the worst. No, we don't do that. They're not. I disagree with that, Lucy Ann. We don't self-soothe. We see a pretty girl and we want it. It's like having a big meal. We have a big meal and then we leave the table. And then a few weeks later, a month later, and the next day, we eat some more. So I don't believe that. Joodles comes in, and this is what Joodles has to say. So you're wrong, Lorna, and then goes on completely agree. That's like you're making fun of me, I assume. Are you good at facials? Please. I don't know, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means, Lorna. Some men, perhaps, but I may have wanted to in my head, but I knew it wasn't good. Well, that's like me. This is like, if a girl comes up to me and says, Lewis, I've been with girls and they haven't been interested in me, and then they become interested, and I go, well, I thought I told you I wasn't that interested. Everton. I knew I saw that, Joodles. Yes, Everton Stadium is now the something stadium. Yeah, they definitely eat some. Okay, we missed the thing. Shall we both self-soothe together? Mark Therosian asks. Mark, I'd love to. Yeah, she'd love to. Yeah, but what happens if you fall in love? Can a man get out of it? No, no. A man can't get out of it. I mean, I'd like to do every girl, but a man can't get out of it. That's the problem. We cannot get out of it. There are no red flags because every man has red flags. Every woman has red flags. That's what I believe. Do you disagree with me? Ruben says, yeah, we're still cavemen. That was how it was before we became civilized. Mark Therosian, we'd still be here on this chat, Lewis, if we fell in love, Lewis. We'd still be here, yeah. I hope you would. You don't have to, but I hope you would. Lud comes in. Good to see you, Lud. Lewis, how important is looks for you? Would you date an absolute minger if she is nice to you? Yes, and I have. And they wouldn't be, because they wouldn't be mingers if they were nice to me. They wouldn't be. They'd say, you know what, I'll brush my I don't believe in teeth brushing, but I'll lose weight for you, Lewis. I'll put on a nice dress for you, Lewis. I want you to like me. So yes, I would say that. Looks are important, and you could say being nice is important, but you can't trust women to be nice. I'm sorry, you can't trust men to be nice nowadays. I mean, that's why I'm against divorce. Now, I'm against divorce. I believe in people being married. I believe in people being married and staying married. And staying married, basically. Lewis, so that's what I think. Being nice to him would make her prettier, Lud. Yes. Yes, it would. Having a nice smile, thinking this is a pretty... Yes, it would. It would. It would. Like, I had a girlfriend once, and she just said, I love you. And she just grabbed me by the ankles and wouldn't let go. And, that's nice. That's nice. Joe is asking me a question. A man can't get out of it. Thanks. Yeah. Men and women shouldn't get out of it. They should make divorce illegal. That's what I believe nowadays. I'm not sure how we could put it into practice, but I'm very old school with these things. I used to believe in it, but divorce was the worst thing that ever happened to me. The worst thing in my entire life was my divorce. The amount of pain, the crying. You see how I cried? I was crying. It was just horrible. Horrible. Yeah, Mark, meet Lucianne. Okay. I believe that too. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Yes, it is. It is what makes somebody beautiful or not. It's all in the eye of the beholder. I don't know what this is, a drawing done by Russ. A lot of people say they would get divorced, but it's too expensive. It should be impossibly expensive. Impossibly expensive. A woman should not be able to walk away with money. A woman should not be able to walk away with the kids, which the man cannot see. That's what happened to me. I didn't see my kids. And you see my relationship with my kids. I was so in love. I was a really good dad. Judith says, the most recent ex was fat and not especially good looking, but he had the kindest eyes and a lovely human being. So, yeah, and I think women care less about looks anyway. No, it's just that men are pretty ugly. That's the thing. At least men think men are ugly. And women don't think men are attractive when they first see them. They have to grow to find them attractive. Ruben says you'll be calling for Sharia law next. Or Orthodox Jewish law, yeah. I mean, there's so many good things that Sharia law has. Unfortunately, if you can't get divorced, it means that people can get ugly on that situation. Joodles, if the auto cue said we'd won a trophy in the last 30 years, I'd be happier. Maybe it's okay that we've been forgotten about. Yeah. Because you got a bad name. Everton is a bad name. It should be called Liverpool Everton. It should be called Liverpool Everton. Why should they have stolen all of Liverpool? Why should they have all of Liverpool? You know, it's the same way with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace should be called the South London Crystal Palaces. That's what I believe about football. I don't fully believe that. Women do pander to good-looking men. Yes, they do. Have you seen Jeff Bezos' wife with what's her name? With who's the guy? Leonardo DiCaprio. She's like looking at him like, oh my God, he's amazing. Because at the end of the day, women want a good-looking man. I mean, they'll tolerate an ugly guy, and they might even grow to love him. My recent weight loss has got me back on the dating circus, Corsai says. Yes, well, that's really great. That's what this show is all about, is looking as good as we can. And the way we look good, men and women, is to be thin and beautiful. A woman will tolerate kind of like a fat guy, but they want a guy who's just got a nice body and nice eyes and a good sense of humor, etc. Yeah, Joe says, yes. Yeah. Let's see what they want a thin guy. Thank you, Corsai. That's what I'm pushing on all you people, is let's be thin. Let's be thin and beautiful. So does anybody want to make a point before we go? We've got about 7 minutes to go in this show. Do you want to say goodbye to somebody? I hope I wasn't mean to Lucy, but maybe she thought I was being mean to her, but I don't think I was. I don't know why people talk about looks and personality like they can't have both. Yeah. Says Mark Therosian. I don't know, a nice smile. Women like a nice smile. That's what they say they want. I mean, the point is, women start out, they don't like what a guy looks like. They don't like it. And then they grow to like the guy a lot of times, unless they're really good looking, and then they chase after him. But before that time, he's a creepy, cheesy guy if he's not good looking. If you go up to a girl and you're so good looking, you go, wow, you're really beautiful. The girl will go, oh, thank you very much. But let's say you're ugly and you say it the exact same way. They'll go, you disgusting person, get away from me. And that's a fact. And they've done the study with the OkCupid things, that women react to beautiful men far more. Men like women on a bell curve, where women only like the good-looking ones. Yeah, Joe doesn't want somebody too thin. Yeah, you want a guy with muscles, maybe. Women worry that a great-looking guy won't have a personality. That's where it comes from. No, that's just their saying. They just don't want to have their feelings hurt. You disgusting person, get away from me. Yeah, that's what they say. If you're good looking, they will take a compliment. Yeah, men like a supermarket cashier. You try being a supermarket cashier as a guy. You better be unbelievably good looking as a guy if you're a supermarket cashier, of course. Am I right? Am I right? So that's what I say about this show. I say I think it's been a good show. We've kept our audience. I mean, we didn't keep Lucy Ann, but I didn't mean to hurt Lucy's feelings, and I hope she comes back. But I'm very sensitive to that. I have decided to date your knee. You can come in, you can touch my knee. You can touch my knee. Angela Rayner, kiss, marry, avoid. She's got 3 homes, Angela Rayner. She's got 3 homes. So, but she's fat. She's fat. Please be polite. Maybe marry her, you get half her homes. But, I guess you got to avoid her. She's also left-wing. First, Lewis Schaffer started streaming. Then Nick Dixon started live streaming. Then Stephen Allen started. I mean, I didn't invent live streaming, but I didn't invent it, Shanks, but I appreciate that. Rayner I bet she is. She's got 3 homes. How do you have 3 homes making $100,000 in 10 years? Lewis is setting the trend. Yeah, and you're setting the trend by joining Lewis, by watching this show every single day, a lot of days. Yeah, I'm setting the trend. Oh, Judels is upset with him saying this. Good grief. There is a corker in our local shop. He even has a gunt down to his knees. What is a corker? And what is a gunt? What is a gunt, Lewis? You've still not a set payment option. No, I didn't. Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to do that right now. Patreon. Just a single Patreon. Is that what it is? Mark Therosian wants to know. Join Discord. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that. Let me go in here. Let me go here and find out what it is. Discord. And get the link for this. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, no. Patreon. Okay, so we've just done that. Can everybody, before you go, do me a favor, go to the like, go to the subscribe, go to join if you feel like joining, and or go to Patreon, and there'll be something there. I'm gonna do that. It is a pin poll. That means I've got to go look. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So we're having a good time. Everybody, I love you. Women love money. Look at Heather Mills and the money. She doesn't love money. She might like you. A woman does not love a man with money. She may like a man with money because he gives her the money, but they don't love a man. They love a man who's just really good looking. Really good looking. Lewis Schaffer. You love Lewis Schaffer. Anyway, Corsai, thank you very much. Work on the dyslexia. Thank you, Warmelian. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Everybody say goodbye to everybody else. Thank you, Lorna. I love you, pretty. Thank you, Lorna, for saying that to me. Warmelian, go to the Kinsey Club. Go to Discord. Go up the thing to my yellow box. Joodles is there. Lud is there. Lucianne, thank you for being here. Russ, Mark, Therosian, Mark J. Thank you, Alan Williams. Thank you, everybody who's here all the time. Totally appreciate it. I just appreciate it. I say thank you, an honest thank you. I say thank you. Ruben is here. Joe is here. Thank you. Kerry Macco is here. Thank you. Ruben. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow at 5. I hope. God willing. Cheese string. God willing. Come tomorrow. Alan Williams. I've never ignored you. I will never ignore you. Unless you're bad, but you're not bad. Keith Bexley. Thank you very much for coming in here. Thank you for everyone who's been here all the time. Thank you. Daryl M., thank you very much. I have 10 minutes. Okay, we'll go to Discord and write something in Discord. You could do that. I'm gonna leave the stream open for just a little bit. When's the radio back? I hope next week, or it may not be back. Maybe I'll be canceled from everything. That they've canceled me because of what I've said. You know, that's just the way it goes. But we're on the way back. We'll be bigger than Becker and bigger and better than ever. And if not, I'll have plenty of time to give you girls attention. Shanks, who's done a lot for this thing. Thank you, Shanks. Thank you, Shanks. So there we go. Okay. So I'm saying goodbye.